here that support me on patreon.com/PSVR Underground. Also those who go to VR-rock.com and use the promo code AJPSVR to get a discount on some lenses. I actually just ordered some PSVR 1 lenses that I cannot wait for those to arrive to jump back into some PSVR 1 goodness. Lots of good games there, if you didn't know. Also, everybody who comes in, hangs out, has a good time. Donations really help. Everybody, man. Appreciate each and every one of you. Welcome. Now today, you guys, we got a lot to go over. We got some new games that have been announced. There's 2 new releases that came out today. And also some new impressions on, I've gotten to try out, last week I talked about the bHaptics support. This is the haptic vest coming to PlayStation VR2, getting support in the near future. Cannot wait. I've been testing it out and am going to share some impressions on it and what I think of it today and tell you about how it actually gave me a holy shit moment. And then, of course, after we get through all that, there's a brand new PlayStation VR2 sale on the store. We're going to do what we always do, go through each and every new game on sale, give it the thumbs up, thumbs down of approval, maybe give a golden buzzer to one lucky contestant. We shall see. But this is, of course, interactive chat where I like to interact with you guys and say, what is up to Blue Jew, the Underground Game Cat Elite Name Squad in the house? Thank you so much. Sutrabla. Blue Jew says, very delayed notification. Yeah, my Streamlabs was being weird before the stream started and crashed and a couple other things, so no surprise there. Good old Streamlabs. Melchiah, the soul-reaving game cat. Raziel. Hooked Worm, the Hoosier game cat. Jason Ewing. Nick, the game cat. How good to see you, homie. Haven't seen you in a minute. Dead Ringer in the house tonight. Shout out to Dead Ringer Jr.'s Prophecy 777 says, hey, legends. Oh, yes, indeedy Petey. We're going to talk about some legends in a second. Adam, what up, man? Rob Axel. Jay, the Foveated Rendered Game Cat. The DFR game cat. Love it. Awesome Tatum, my homie. And then, of course, Nihilist Ryan, my metal feline friend, getting that tip train going. Thank you so much, friend. I appreciate the love and support. Right back at you. Says, all the love, metal. Oh, dude. I've been listening to this this really good metal band I found. I'll have to post it in the Discord. Join our Discord. Link should be maybe down below somewhere on the channel. Join it. They're called Schmeilmagognar. that is what they're actually called. Excuse my sloppy quick handwriting, but that is actually what they're called. And they're really good. It's just, I think, one guy that does the music, but those, you guys know I love metal. I love my metal. Got to give it a plug every now and then. Schmeilmagognar. Don't ask me how to spell it. I still don't know. That's why I had to write it down. All right, guys. Can't wait for Metal Hellsinger VR. That's why I've got it playing, because I love metal and I cannot wait. This is going to be a great game for VR. So let's go ahead and get into some news. Before we get to the games that came out today, we have new announcements that have happened. Man, I just can't speak today. I apologize. Exorcist Legion VR. Some people noticed that it popped up on the store earlier, and we're pointing it out. And now Fun Train has officially come out and said that Exorcist Legion VR is coming to PlayStation VR 2 May 28th. So that is 2 weeks from now on a Tuesday. But yeah, let's go ahead and kick things over to their little page here. Let's take a look at what they have to say about Exorcist Legion. Let's zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. I don't make you guys squinting and hurting your eyes. I only hurt your ears around here. The Exorcist Legion VR arrives on PSVR2 May 28th, 2024. Prepare for the ultimate terror. The Exorcist Legion VR Deluxe Edition arrives May 28th on PS5. Dear Exorcist fans, we are thrilled to announce the release of Exorcist Legion VR Deluxe Edition on May 28, 2024 for PlayStation VR 2 on PS5 consoles. Experience an unparalleled horror adventure with the most immersive of our acclaimed series, featuring groundbreaking enhancements, including all new haptics. Ooh, I like haptics. Check out gameplay footage from our YouTube channel. Oh, they had I should have seen this because I didn't actually get a chance. Let's take a look here. Let's see some footage here from the franchise that brought you the scariest film of all time. Comes the most. I wish I would have known this trailer was here because I had a separate trailer that I downloaded. But they say it's enhanced. The game did look really good on PSVR 1 originally. Do we have any details as to like whether it's going to be free upgrade or not? I'm not seeing anything here yet. But we'll have to find out. But May 28th, this is coming. I enjoyed this quite a bit, actually. It did have some buggy issues with it, which was unfortunate. They did patch it like a bajillion times, though, and it did get improved. I made it further. Funnily enough, I never actually got to finish the whole thing, though. So it'll be cool to supposedly the last 2 chapters or whatever were some of the best. So it'll be awesome to, jump back into this and actually finish it this time. So if you didn't get your horror fix with Madison, first of all, what is wrong with you? You need help. Secondly, you've got more coming on the way. And this is a pretty good one, man. This is a good, I wouldn't call it a great game, but I'd call it a really good experience. It is technically a puzzle escape room kind of figure things out game. It is functional like that, but I think it's more about the experience than it is a game. It's not super long either. It's just a couple hours at best. But based on the Exorcist series, which is awesome, and pretty cool. I will definitely jump back into this. It looks like they also said special thanks to VR Monkey for elevating this edition beyond the original foundation laid by Wolf and Wood. Their tireless work ensures that PlayStation VR fans enjoy a horror experience without equal. So this is being ported over by VR Monkey, developers that have ported several titles, and they also, of course, made the game Galaxy Kart, which is good now, and I highly recommend it, especially when it goes on sale for like $10. Pick it up. It's got wheel support. Use something else with GT7. Exorcist Legion for the 10th time, May 28th. Looking forward to checking that out. Hope it's pretty good. Speaking of horror, because you don't have enough horror in your life, Madison VR is getting a physical edition very, very soon. Guys, I can't say it enough, man. Madison VR is, like Gamertag says here in the chat, supreme. It is, man. You know, it's not a perfect VR game, right? Like there's some things that people are complaining about, some interactions, things like that. I didn't really have any problem with it overall, and the experience of it itself is one of my favorite horror games of all time. But Perp Games are heroes of physical media, keeping physical games alive. Over here on Twitters, say this is the cursed edition. Madison VR PSVR 2 physical edition is coming out May 24th. Make sure to grab yours and complete the collection. And they've got some pictures here of some different things that come with it. Looks like it's got a picture of Elizabeth, or I forgot her name. It should say some details here. It's got some physical media with it too. The pictures. Wouldn't it be cool if it came with an actual camera? I'd send that shit right back. The Cursed Edition includes a photograph of Elizabeth Maxwell, Luca's notebook extension, and Elizabeth's certificate of cremation. Wow. That's gnarly. But yeah, man, Madison VR, amazing game. Cannot I'm gonna have to pick up. I'm gonna pick up a physical edition of it as well. I'll be buying an edition of that. There's other stuff from Perp Games that they have that I'd like to get a copy of too. They're gonna have a copy of Wanderer: Fragments of Fate, which I'm gonna have to nab some of that. They have like Crossfire. I was looking at their list of games, and they actually have a pretty good library. Hell, I'll even pick up like maybe the Star Wars game. Just seems like a good collectible here. But yeah, man. Cannot wait. We'll definitely be picking up a physical edition through Perp Games. Now, after all this horror, it is time to talk about. I figured I could change things up here with a little bit of a feel-good story. You guys in the mood for a feel-good story? That's because some good stuff's happening over here, man. Snow Scout has officially announced that because of you guys and the PSVR community, that they have officially greenlit Snow Scout. This is, I forget the name of the studio. Apologies for that. But if we take a quick look over here on Reddit, is where they posted about it. Again, I'll try to zoom in a little bit. They said, so, hey everyone, I just wanted to leave a quick update on last week's discussion on our doubts about continuing work on our PSVR2 port of Snow Scout. Thankfully, a huge number of people did what we asked and wishlisted the game on PSN. Now, 7 days later, we have reached over 900 wishlist ads, which is more than half of what our previous title, Rainbow Reactor Fusion, managed to rack up in its entire announcement phase. With that being said, the number of daily wishlist additions has since come down to about 50 for the last 3 days, but is still a lot for us and keeps if this keeps steady, which will be difficult but still possible. We should be able to manage getting the 5,000 wishlist ads we hoped by our launch time, which will probably be in September or October. They mentioned like Without Parole, Polish Paul, helping out by, kind of spreading the word. Of course, we talked about it on Gamescast at the time. But it feels good, man. And yeah, these guys made Rainbow Reactor, a game that I still have not checked out yet because quite frankly, it's just doesn't seem like my type of game. From what I've heard, it's pretty good though. And I probably will try to check it out at some point because so many people have said they've really enjoyed it. And, a lot of times with VR, sometimes there's a lot of games where I'm forced to play them and I'm like, oh, I don't want to play them. And then lo and behold, you're like, oh, like this is actually really fun. That I have lost count of how many times that has happened for me personally. Off the top of my head, the last time I remember was, Paint the Town Red. That was like a huge surprise to me. It did not look like my type of game or anything, and ended up loving it and thinking it's really good. Then I let my little brother play it, and he was like, "This is better than Super Hot or or something else." I don't remember, but he really liked it as well. He's into those. Oh, Drunken Bar Fight. He said Drunken Bar Fight's not that hard to beat, but Super Hot. He said he liked it more than that, which is strong words from the young man. But yeah, man. So, in terms of, Tuner Max is the studio. In terms of Snow Scout, while still not like 100% my type of game here, still a great feel good story of, all of you guys coming out in troves showing support for the game, adding it on PSN to your wish list. And this does look something more along the lines of what I would like. It's like this open area adventure, exploration, skiing, is what it sounds like. So, and then it's a narrative driven kind of experience, but I'm liking the things I'm seeing here. Skiing. I like how they've got the Saints and Sinners backpack. See, I like when devs look at other games that have solved these problems for VR games and then use that as a solution in theirs. That's smart. That's what you need to be doing out there. But yeah, a feel-good story here, and looking forward to checking this one out. I hope it's got good exploration and skiing, because that is what ultimately is probably going to sell me on this game or not. It doesn't take It doesn't take a lot of stuff, just the right things. But yeah, man, looking forward to this one. All right, real quick before we get on to our next stories. Dead Ringer, the game cat, thank you so much for the donation. Keep that tip train going. Choo choo. Says live stream. I would love to see AJ, GT, and Wes. Yeah, at some point, man. We need to we probably will at some point. It's really just about the timing of things. They're in the UK, they're 5 hours ahead of us, so it makes it kind of hard to sync up our schedules. But we've talked, and we'll try to get something going at some point. Also, Darth Vader, the game cat, in the house tonight. What up, my homie? Says Friday the 13th could be getting a VR game. In an article, it says the franchise is expanding into games, merchandise, and immersive experiences. Hope that means VR. That would be really cool. I'd be down to see that. Immersive experiences. Yeah, I could see them, honestly, if I'm being honest here, I could see them maybe porting it to like Quest or something. I don't know. Perhaps. But yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed. That would be really cool. I love the Madison. Madison. I've got Madison on the mind. Friday the 13th franchise. What is up, man? So good to see so many of you. Awesome. Thank you for coming out tonight to kill a cell, baby, in the house. Je ne sais quoi. All my peeps. GT, good to see you, man. I'm a little jealous. Not going to lie. You getting to play with Oasis and Jammy Hero, playing some Behemoth. Really looking forward to that one. I expect Behemoth to be amazing. Just from I know we don't have a lot of stuff to go off of. We've only got really just a CGI trailer, but it's also done by, let's not forget for 1 second, Skydance Interactive, that made one of the most, like, still to this day, a benchmark VR title in Saints and Sinners. So true gamers over in that crew, a wonderful studio, and big ambitious game here. So I think Behemoth is going to slay. I think it's going to be amazing. It's also 100% my type of game. Brutal, difficult, RPG adventure kind of stuff. Like a Skyrim meets Shadow of the Colossus meets Dark Souls or something. That is definitely my jam. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and talk about real quick the two new releases that came out today, and the first one being Stride Fates. Oh God. Okay, I was really looking forward to this game. I was big fan of Stride, the original one on PSVR, and unfortunately, this game has missed the mark significantly. I think most of the reviews that I've seen tend to agree. Like, it's just, at the end of the day, it's disappointing. The good news is it was a complete and utter disaster, and they got it out of that state before launch because myself and some other reviewers emailed them, contacted, we're like, guys, like, I literally told them, your reputation is on the line here. Like, if you release the game like this, like, I don't usually do this, but Joyway have always been really nice to me. So while I still will be very critical on their, game if it's not good, they've always been really nice to me. And so, like, look, I'm just want to let you guys know that this game has some serious issues, and they did get a couple things patched, and it's not a complete disaster, but it's still a huge disappointment. It's just, I kind of just wanted lots of parkour, with a story-driven adventure. I didn't really care about the story, but I liked the idea of the structure of a story-driven campaign. The game might have a couple good things here and there, but man, it's just overall just was a really disappointing experience. It felt like there was almost like a decent game in there, but it's so unpolished and really has some like just issues with the design itself, and it just nothing seemed to come together properly here. So Unfortunate situation with this game. Gonna have to say hard pass on this one. But we'll keep an eye on it, see if it gets updates. I'm not gonna hold my breath with Joyway's history, but we'll keep an eye on it for sure because I'd like to give it a chance. I would have just preferred just bring Stride over like the first game. They didn't really have to go out of their way with all this. Could have just brought the first game. I love the first game and would have been happy with that. Endless mode and different things. But anyways, we also had another game announced, released today, and that is called Clean Sheet. And this is a soccer or football, wherever you're from, depending on where you're from, game where you play as basically it's like a goalie game. But it has like some deeper features than what it seems on the surface. It's not all just about this. I haven't actually gotten to play this game yet. I did get a review key, but I just got it today and haven't had a chance to check it out. So I will be checking this out either tonight or over the weekend, and will probably report back as soon as possible to let you know if it's any good or not. I like the concept of this. I played soccer for 11 years. I was a center forward, and then when I got a little bit older, I got a little bit lazier and became a sweeper. I went from being the star player to the guy just hanging out in the back having a good time. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to checking this out. It supposedly, I think, is supposed to have multiplayer. Actually, let's do this. Let's take it over to the PlayStation blog page where they say a little bit about this. Let's see if we can get some good info from this. So first of all, does this have multiplayer? It's one player, one online player. So I guess this doesn't have the multiplayer with it. There's add-ons for it. Acrobatic strikes, amazing free kicks, amber wave goes. There's already add-ons for it, which is strange. Become a pro goalkeeper using the best VR soccer game on PSVR2. Aim for the best clean sheet in history by shutting out real-life footballers in this thrilling VR sports app. You can improve your soccer skills in these ways. Fitness. Want to get fit? Fitness, training, and stats hub. Okay, in set play mode, you can challenge yourself against shots recreated from real-life goals. Enhance your skills by unlocking additional packs for buying additional packs, for practicing headers, volleys, free kicks. So you have to, I mean, look, I know times are tough and you got to make your monies, but if you expect me to buy this, like, this game better be really good. It's got 13's ratings so far. It just came out. It's also got a stats hub, which I don't really care about stats, but so I don't know, man. It remains to be seen whether this will be good or not, but it did just come out today, so wanted to make you aware. And we'll find out soon enough if it's any good. I don't mind, like, having some additional content for the game, but at launch is usually a little iffy. I usually the game has been out on other platforms. Maybe that has something to do with it, but I don't know, man. I want to give it a fair shake and give it a try first and judge it by what it is, versus, what we see here. So I don't know. I'll check it out, let you guys know ASAP. All right, so let me get a quick drink of water because we're about to have a long discussion here. All right, guys. So last week, we talked about an accessory coming to PlayStation VR2. We had this conversation come back up again because a lot of people, like accessories, whether it be comfort mods like the globular cluster. I myself, I have to have the lenses. I cannot play without them. The lenses not only are prescription, but they also protect the lenses from like the coating wearing off and stuff or scratches. You do not want to be in that situation, so cannot recommend that enough. I also use some other things like the anti-fatigue mat. Sometimes you can be standing in a place for a long time and your feet start to lock up stuff. And then, of course, there's the wonderful racing wheel. But the reason we're talking about accessories today is because last week I got sent a bHaptics Tact Suit X40 from the bHaptics team over there. Thank you guys so much. And I want to tell you guys my first impressions on it because I have been testing it out. Now, disclaimer, I haven't played it with PSVR2 with anything native yet. That support has not yet been implemented. However, there's the same kind of setup that they have for some PC games available. And I was actually really surprised by the amount of support that this has on PC. But I did test out some games that already have PC support or Quest support that are on PlayStation VR2. And so I want to give you guys a little bit more info as to like my first impressions as to what I've gotten to test out with it so far, how I'm feeling about it. Yeah. So also the big news of today is that I've said before that the haptic suit is going to basically live or die by the game support that it has, right? That's really the number one most important thing whenever there's a peripheral or accessories. It all depends on what kind of support, how extensive the support is for these. And for those who were trying to guess last week as to what I was, I didn't say what it was, but I did say that there was an unannounced game getting support. And, Breachers has been confirmed. I'm sure there's going to be several other games confirmed soon enough. But the game that I was not saying that I couldn't talk about until the developers posted on Reddit today about it. And then I figured, okay, it's safe to mention this now. Legendary Tales, man. That's right. Legendary Tales is getting official bHaptics support. And it sounds like it actually did have PC support, but they've gone in and enhanced it. And then they're going to also enhance it bring that enhanced version to PSVR2 as well. So this is huge for me, guys. This is huge news because really, again, what's going to make me interested in using the vest are big games, and especially big games that I love. Brian might have spoiled it a little bit yesterday too. I was so shocked that he did that, but it's okay because now the cat's out of the bag. And dude, Legendary Tales, one of, if not my favorite PSVR2 games, is getting support, and I am very excited about it. But before we get into the potential for Legendary Tales, let me tell you about my experience so far with the bHaptics suit, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. So it has 40 haptic motors in it that go all throughout the vest. It's a one size fits all. So I was able to put on this vest, and I'm a big dude. Like, I got the thing and I was like, oh man, this thing's gonna be small. No, I'm a pretty large guy. So it's a one size fits all design, which is really nice. I think it'll fit like 99% of people that want to get it. And also the interesting thing about it is that I was able to put it on Julia, and she was able to wear it. And that was pretty interesting to me. So it is a one size fits all. It's not like if you're wanting to get one, like everybody in the household wants to get one, it's going to require everybody to have their own. Because I was able to wear it, and it's very adjustable. And then Julia was able to wear it, and then she proceeded to hijack it from me for the rest of the night, playing Synth Riders with it. The way she was able to play Synth Riders is because the vest has two different types of connections. Basically, it has a wireless Bluetooth dongle that either plugs into the PC, or I'm guessing will plug into the PlayStation VR or will plug into the PS5. It's just a little USB-A dongle that plugs into it. And it is wireless. This works with this is how like the native actual programmed support will work. But it does also support a secondary type of function or mode, which is they call it audio to haptics mode, which is basically the vest does have a 3.5 millimeter stereo input, and you can connect from the vest to the headset with a splitter, and one goes to the vest, one goes to your headphones. And this is how Julia was able to play synth riders with it. And with that, the difference is though, the audio to haptic is, I'm guessing, similar to like the Woozer vest, where it just uses the audio that channels through the device and then uses that to just produce like rumble effect or haptic effect. It's not very fine-tuned. It works for some things, but a lot of games it doesn't work because there can be so much noise going on that it doesn't have the precision of the native support. Now, but it does work okay with things like it still works. And by the way, the audio to haptic function is cool because it works with anything that uses a 3.5 millimeter stereo cord. It works with movies, TV, music, the flat screen games, PSVR1, PSVR2. It still works with this. I tested it, like I said, with some rhythm games with like synth riders, and it just basically bumps to the music. Mostly it did with a little bit with like the hits too. I also tested it with Gran Turismo 7, which I've been playing an absolute shit ton lately. And the audio to haptic function is good, but it's not like amazing, right? Like this thing is expensive. This is $529, I think $530. This is a very expensive accessory. And I've gotten to the point where I've just, we're at this stage right now, these early stages of this technology where like, I've just kind of accepted that this is just an expensive hobby. My racing wheel setup is hundreds of dollars. The PSVR2 is $550. If you want a PC, that's like at least $1,000. All this stuff is, I've just accepted the fact that this is expensive, but it is worth it if it delivers a like premium high-end experience. So it becomes more of an enthusiast item. Now, whether or not the vest is going to be worth it to you in the end, that I can't say. What I can do though is just tell you about my experience, what I think about. I can't tell you whether or not you should buy one just yet. What I can tell you is just about the vest itself and if it's any good. Well, let me tell you, man, this thing is expensive, but it is also very high quality, like super high quality. And this is not something that I've been really familiar with. This is all new territory for me, like it likely will be for most of you. So this is like something I would be very like, I wouldn't impulse buy something like this. I'd have to have like glowing reviews on it for me to give it a shot, because that's what that 500 price point does. That's why VR is still not breaking through just yet to like the mainstream audiences, because if you don't know until you experience it yourself, and you're not going to do that. You're not going to drop $500 in most cases. Most people aren't, unless you get to try it yourself. Well, luckily these guys sent me this thing, and now I've gotten to try it out. And let me just tell you, so this has done something interesting. Let me tell you about my holy shit moment playing with this. Now, I talked about the haptics, the audio to haptics feedback that it has. But the native support is a whole different story. This having 40 different motors in it provides directional accuracy to it. And it's able to pull off some really cool things with that. There's that 40 motors in it, in the 40 suit, gives a lot of, makes it very dynamic in how they can utilize it. And this doesn't just feel like a simple rumble, right? This actually is a lot more impressive than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be cool, but not until I tried it was like, holy shit, like I get it now. And again, this is expensive, but I also feel like it is a premium product here. Like the, let me tell you about my holy shit moment. So I played a couple different games on the PC side. Let's go here. One thing I was not aware of was how many games are actually supported with native support on the PC side. On the bHaptics website, they have the compatibility list, and they have these all the supported VR titles here. Each one of these works. There's two different types. There's ones that have native support, which is developers and the bHaptics team actually using their official SDK kits, software development kits for implementing the support for this. And then there's like modded support. The cool thing about both of these, and this may be kind of relevant, well, this is going to be relevant for a couple different reasons. Number one, a lot of these games, as you can see here, are on PSVR2, and from what Wes told me, now, what you know, this wasn't like 100% surefire thing, but what Wes told me is that with these already having profiles, these native profiles on PlayStation, on PC side, that it makes it a lot easier to port these over to PC support. I'm sorry, to PSVR2 support. And some of these already have Steam and Quest versions. Breachers, we already know. But there's other games. If you go down the list here, I mean, let's look at all the games that are on PSVR2. Now, I'm going to go by the native because the mods are obviously not like official capacity. But with PSVR2 getting PC support, these are games that have Steam support. You will be able to use these if you have a PC, a gaming PC. But Breachers, let's see here. Pavlov would be a huge one. Ghost of Support is coming to PlayStation VR2. There's Arizona Sunshine. Let's see here. Zenith. Phasmophobia. Stride. Hubris. Why is this not loading? Let me refresh this page. Let's see here. Refresh. Okay, the page is having a little trouble loading right now. But we can still name the game. Sorry you don't get the cool little pictures with them. Hubris is on PSVR2. Epic Roller Coasters. Okay, there we go. Hubris, Epic Roller Coasters, Synth Riders. Look at all these games that are supported though. This is really interesting. I did not know this. Alvo, Ragnarok, Sirento has native support, which Sirento is not on PSVR2, but Hellsweeper is. So it would be cool if they could get some Hellsweeper support on there. 2MD VR Football, Knock. Let's see, Sniper Elite's not there, but that's native support, and Zombie Army is coming. So Zombie Army could possibly do it. Legendary Tales, which they officially announced today, is getting support. Ancient Dungeon VR, also a really great little title on PSVR 2. Let's see, Cosmo Dread, Crisis Brigade 2. These are all native, by the way. Cube VR, Survive. let's see, Vampire the Masquerade Justice. Cactus Cowboy, Propagation Paradise Hotel, Dead Hook, Crossfire Sierra Squad. I mean, dude, this list is like so much more than I would have expected. Runner VR, Twilight Zone. Look, this list just keeps going and going and going. Let's see if we can just kind of speed this up though a little bit. Undead Citadel has native support. That's coming to PSVR2, I think. Vertigo 2, Mixture. Bad Dream or Very Bad Dreams. Damn, yeah, this list is a lot longer. It's still a lot longer than I thought it would be. Oh man. Okay, this is just like all VR titles, so it keeps going and going and going. That's about it though for now. But all right, guys. So let me tell you what I've had the chance to play so far. So this was my holy shit moment. I'm just gonna throw Breachers back up here for a minute. Actually, I'm gonna put Legendary Tales here. Oh no, screw it, Wanderer, because why not? Wanderer is coming out. Wanderer hype. So it's a lot of games that have PC support already. Guys, this was my holy shit moment where I realized what this thing is actually capable of. So I checked out a little bit of Half-Life Alyx and Half-Life 2 VR mod. These are actually the mod support, or I think the Half-Life 2 is VR is native, I think. But both these are just like modded support for it. But this was what really blew my mind. And so in a lot of, this is what immersion is all about, right? And gaming. Games originally flat screen, you usually have an inventory, right? You go up to an object, you press X, and then it goes into your inventory. In VR, you grab an object and you usually put it behind your back in most cases, and you have like a backpack or something. This, ladies and gentlemen, was my holy shit haptics vest moment with this thing. I was playing Half-Life Alyx. I grabbed a weapon clip and I put it up to my back and I dropped it, and I felt it slide down my back lightly and then hit in the backpack. So it just goes, I felt it go zoop, boom, and hit on my back. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I was not expecting that. It really, really surprised me. And it made me realize, like this thing has like directional accuracy, directional precision, like force precision. I also let one of the head crab enemies or whatever. I just kind of, I'm testing it out, right? Like I'm not actually like playing. I'm just trying out the vest. So I kind of just walk out there in front of one of the head crab zombies and just with my arms out, and it goes, woof, and it just like swipes me across the stomach. Well, guys, like with perfect precision, perfect amount of force, like the way that it felt, like feeling it swipe across my belly was amazing. Like it felt really, really good. And I was like, oh shit. Like this suit, you guys, is not an early product of its time. Like, no, it's been out for a while. This is the second iteration that they have. It's got tons of motors in it. They clearly have had a couple years to like fine tune this. And this, honestly, when these things happened, especially like dropping the clip down my back, feeling it slide down my back and land in the backpack, that was a wake up call for me. Like, holy shit, this thing is actually the real deal. I was very, very surprised by that. And to be honest with you, like, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this thing, right? Like, I figured it's cool. Like, everybody, has always dreamt of like the Ready Player One kind of experience with the haptic suits and everything. And I could see that happening, but I saw it being kind of like, oh, like you just get some buzz or a little bit of rumble. It's not going to feel like that accurate. No, that is not the case here. This thing, when programmed with native support, is accurate as hell. And it feels really good. Actually, the buzzing and stuff does feel kind of good. It feels like a massage kind of. But in terms of just immersive gameplay, I was super impressed with what I've tried so far. And to be honest with you, it actually made me want I was so excited about it that I wanted to go back and keep playing and testing. And the thought crossed my mind that I want to keep playing with this thing. I want to keep using this. And I want to use this moving forward as long as it has native support. The audio to haptic support, it's that I could live without. That's cool, but that's not $500 cool. The native support or the modded support on PC, that feels like $500 support. And also the interface, the ease of use and the setup is really nice. There's an app that you can download on PC or on the Quest. You basically just connect it via Bluetooth, which is basically how I expect it to work with PlayStation VR2. Is you have the little Bluetooth dongle, you just plug it in, and then you connect the suit via Bluetooth in the system settings, and then games that support it, you just run the game and it should just work. I was actually also impressed with the user interface, how easy it was to use. And basically enabling, especially on the PC side, PC is known for being a pain in the ass to get anything to work. This is one of the easiest things I've gotten to work on the PC side. No joke. I swear to God. Cause you literally just you see the game that has support and you go start, basically you just say start it. And then you run the game and it works. It's super easy. And the whole UI, the whole software application for this has all the games there for you. You don't got to go searching around. Any game that on the PC side that's modded, it still is integrated into the app. So you don't have to go and mess with files, configurations, things like that. No, you just use the app that they provide you and you just hit go basically and start the game. But super blown away. I also tried out some things I had to write it down because I knew I'd forget. Runner. I tried Runner on the Quest, and this was another native support game that's on PSVR2 as well. But I played it on the Quest. Again, PSVR2 does not have support yet, but it will be getting it. But playing Runner, it was the bike was vibrating, and my lower belly was vibrating like I was on a motorcycle. It felt really, really good. But playing on the Quest, there was something missing though. There was something missing. And that is the rumble in the controllers and the headset. And this is where things are going to get even more interesting, because after testing it out on the PC side and Quest side of things, I realized, holy shit, this thing is going to be best with PSVR 2 because the haptics in the controllers, the adaptive triggers, and the headset rumble. It is literally the perfect complement, and it is full upper body haptic immersion for here. Think about guys, how much we love haptics and adaptive triggers and headset rumble. I don't know about most of you. I assume most of you like it. I freaking love it. This is basically a huge new addition in that manner, because again, it's not just a rumble vest. This isn't laser tag in the late 90s. This is a specific premium, high quality and expensive device. But it shows in the build quality and in the programming, the software, the interface, the ease of use, all these things. But yeah, I just started thinking about, man, playing Runner, which has exceptional haptics, adaptive triggers on with the orbs and the headset rumble. Having this vest vibrating, as like the motorcycle, or getting hit, getting shot, which it does have directional hits as well. And then pairing that with the control, with the orbs and the headset rumble, this is going to be baller, y'all. Like, this is going to be really, really good with the PSVR2. And yeah, man. So long story short, after my 20-minute talk about it, I'm actually not just like surprised by this or like think it's cool. Like, I'm actually kind of mind blown about it. Which for a $500 device, $530 device, that's like the least you would want, right? Like, that's what you would come to expect when buying a $500 product. And the thing is, I've invested in other accessories, things like my racing wheel setup, which is over here. That cost me, I got it kind of like on like some parts on sale and did stuff myself. That still cost me 200, 300, about 400 and something dollars. But even with just Gran Turismo 7 alone, I feel like I'm really happy with my racing rig. If this thing gets the amount of support that it seems like it's going to get, then like, this is definitely going to get a big thumbs up of recommendation from me. If you have the funds for it or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, if you think, like, again, I'm not saying whether or not you should buy it, because that's really going to vary person to person. But in terms of just talking about the quality of the product itself, I am super impressed so far. Very, very impressed. And I'm really excited about the potential of it. It feels way better than I was expecting. It feels, in terms of immersion, like I said, it's kind of like the difference between having just rumble in a controller and how the orbs have haptics. It's that kind of difference. It is that next level of like immersive, like haptic technology that makes it really cool. So I'm really, really thrilled with this. And again, I tried some other stuff with the audio to haptic stuff. The audio to haptics, cool. This is what a lot of people say, like they got with their Woozer vest or whatever, and they've been kind of like underwhelmed by it. I could see that, because there's a big difference between having just any audio filtering through it, and then having actual native support for games that are like fine-tuned, the precise haptics and everything. Guys, I want to see so many games get support for this. I want to see Runner. The one thing that also sticks out to me is something like No Man's Sky. I want to see No Man's Sky get some support for this. You know why? There's a wide variety of stuff that they could implement using in No Man's Sky. But the jetpack. Imagine using the jetpack and feeling the rumble on your back when using the jetpack. Ooh, that just like popped in my head like afterward, and I'm like, oh my god, like to actually feel the jets of your jetpack boosting around and things like that. That would be phenomenal. That would be such an amazing feeling. I can't even begin to describe how amazing that would be. But obviously it could be used in so many other ways. There's a couple of shooters I tried, and a lot of these games, they like to use, like when you shoot a gun, they do vibrate like the upper shoulder just a little bit, things like that. But throwing stuff into your inventory, taking it out, you always feel it go in and out, which is awesome. Of course, taking any damage, you feel that as well, and it's really accurate too. I took a swipe from a zombie up front, and then I also turned my back and I took a swipe across the back, and it feels really good. It's not like a painful feeling or anything. It feels really good. It feels like it can be intense when it needs to be, but it also feels like just like a massage vest in a way. Like it feels like it's very good feeling. But yeah, man, like I want to see games like Madison get official support. It would be awesome if we can make enough noise, or if they can make enough noise to to get stuff like Resident Evil or Gran Turismo to get official support. Gran Turismo works well enough with the with just the audio to haptics, but I want like full. There's a big difference between the native support. I want to see some of these rhythm games, Synth Riders, Pistol Whip, Beat Saber, and other big titles. It's awesome that we're getting, guys. Legendary Tales in itself is a huge get for this, because that is a several 100-hour RPG that, I mean, you can spend up to several 100 hours in Legendary Tales, and that already has really good haptics in the controllers and everything. And to have the vest added onto that, Legendary Tales is going to be sick with this game. In addition, I'd like to see other games like both released and upcoming, already released, something like Saints and Sinners. Now, you know, a lot of these games that get the support, I don't expect, you know, because of the price barrier, you know, obviously not everybody's going to go out and buy one. If this thing was like maybe $150, $200, yes, like more people would go out and buy one. We're just not there yet, man. This is still early days VR where the tech is expensive. And sometimes if you want the best experience you can possibly have, it's going to cost you more. And I understand not everybody can afford that or have the budget. Totally fair game. Again, judging it by what it is though, and not just like whether or not you should buy one. I'm just here saying this thing is really good so far, but I'd love to see Saints and Sinners get support. And again, I don't think like, I can't say how much this game is going to move the needle per se, for different games. What I can say is that any game that gets, this haptic vest support, it is going to definitely increase engagement with these games. It's going to bring a lot of people back to playing a lot of these games, give you a reason to revisit it, experience it in a new way. And I think that's the huge positive effect it's going to have. If something like Saints and Sinners got this vest support, like I would absolutely want to jump into Saints and Sinners, spend a bunch more hours with it, just because the way it feels, and revisiting that. I'd also like to see upcoming games like their Behemoth game get support as well. That would be super sick. This thing is, I think, slated to start getting PS5 support around the summertime. I don't really know for sure. I don't have a release date on this stuff. But I do recall, like, you know, QTC Gamer, I think, is that the right person? Is that, let me just say Eric Masher. Eric, saying like, I think it was, summer, late summer, something like that. Scott Dracula says, is it powered by the headset? Thank you for asking. Because I forgot to mention this. This thing also has really good battery life. I have not charged it once since I've had it, and I have not had to plug it in or charge it yet. And I've used it for several hours. They say on the box that it's supposed to have up to 12 hours of playtime. And that seems to be the case. This thing has battery life as well. Again, this is why I keep pointing out that this thing is expensive, but it seems like they've like really crossed all the T's, dotted all their I's here. They've examined everything. They've made sure that, from what I've seen so far, it seems like they've made sure that this is like really quality in every single way. Like, it's really good. And that's the thing, is like, it needs to be for $500, but it seems like it is so far, which is cool. But yeah, the vest lasts a really long time. And it's either wireless connectivity via Bluetooth or 3.5 audio millimeter that connects in the back, and then goes to like a splitter. Either way, but guys, again, the holy shit moments, definitely some holy shit moments. The big one for me being just playing and just throwing something into my inventory, feeling it slide down my back and then land in the backpack. That was some next level shit that I was not expecting. That caught me off guard. And I was like, damn, like, this thing is legit. This thing is for real. So really, really excited about this. Of course, the only confirmed games so far are Breachers, now as of today, Legendary Tales, I've seen like Cube VR say that they're going to add support for it, which I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, whatever. But I expect a lot of games. Looking at the PC list of native support here, there was way more than I was expecting. There's both Quest and PC games that have support. This entire list of games, a lot of games that you've heard of too. So, you know, I read down the list of games that already have support, native support on there that are on PSVR2 already. And from what Wes kind of said, you know, not like completely knowing anything, but just kind of guessing, said that a lot of these games that are on PC make it easier to port over to PSVR2. So I love it, man. I love it. I'm super excited about this thing. Really caught me off guard because this is like, again, this is way more advanced than I'm used to. And I'm also super excited, like using PSVR 2's haptics and headset rumble with it. It feels like a complete package. Like this thing feels like an official high quality product for this. So that is some high tech shit for coming to a console. That is really, really high tech for console, accessory stuff. We're getting some good stuff, you guys. Sunshine, happy fun times in the chat. What up, homie? You're the best, homie. Good to see you, man. Awesome stuff, though. Really excited, and I before we get into the PSN sale, I know you guys were. I know I was just talking for like 30 minutes straight. I do want to see if you guys had any questions. Bad Robo said, how much does it cost? It's like $520. There's also like other accessories too. There's like wristbands and then gloves that apparently are like, the gloves I think are still like early. But the vest feels very polished, like a very high quality product so far. Great battery life, great ease of use, great haptics, great comfort, maybe a little warm for some of those, for people worried about like, the breathability. I didn't break a sweat playing it, but I could see on a hot day, depending on where you're at. I keep my house cold as shit. That's why I'm always able to wear a beanie. I always keep my house really cold. But yeah. And then I like that there's also additional support using just the audio to haptics. Although if it was just the audio to haptics alone, that would not be worth $500 to me. I would not get it for that. I'd get it for the good native support, and then just kind of use the audio to haptics as like a complement for maybe, other things like games that aren't supported. Like I said, Gran Turismo, I did play Gran Turismo with it and use like stepping on the gas pedal and revving the engine and feeling the suit. Like, that felt pretty good. For non-native support, that was actually pretty good. But that native support is just next level. Smoke 'em all up says, you said you weren't interested when I suggested the vest over a year ago. Well, it's coming to PSVR 2 now, so it makes me interested. And yeah, again, I mean, you can see if it's not clear, like, yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are going to feel the same. A lot of people are going to be like, it's too expensive, it's not worth it, or it's not enough to make me like want it. And like I said, it's the same as the VR effect. It's one of those things that like once you try it, you really understand. Once you feel it, then you truly understand what it's like. You'll never be able to explain to somebody. I mean, I did my best today, but it's a lot harder to explain. Let's see here. Adam says, imagine feeling the rails on a roller coaster. Yeah, it can do things like that. It can simulate a lot more than I was expecting, with a lot more precision and directional accuracy than I was expecting. Steve IRE says, just put your DualSense in your pants. I mean, that sounds, very efficient, Steve IRE is. Silver Nexus in the house tonight. What up, my homie? Hope you're doing well. Been thinking about you lately. Need to connect with you and get caught up on some things. Bremen, Yeah, man, that's exactly what I was pointing out was the best part about all this is like it's going to be the best with the PSVR2 with the games that have like haptics, headset rumble, things like that. So super impressed so far, man. Now it is time to get to the sale on PSN. Of course, give you guys more updates as I learn more, about the bHaptics suit and test it on more things. Obviously, once PSVR2 support comes, we'll get to share more. But just want to show you with what I've tested on the PC side and Quest side so far, because obviously it's very similar to what, if not exactly, what we're going to be getting. Yeah, man, really surprised by this one. This is definitely some of that Ready Player One shit that people talk about, and was pretty impressive. I get it now. I don't want the full hamster running wheel or the treadmill, but I'll take a freaking haptic vest. I like it. What up, GC13 in the house tonight? Of course, I didn't miss you. What is up? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Good to see you. Rodney Cox says, do you think there's any chance GTA 6 comes with VR support? It would for sure sell headsets. I wouldn't hold my breath though. Not for a long time, man. That's the thing, is like VR still, maybe 10 years from now, GTA 6 will have VR support. It's just, the technology is getting there. The technology has made a lot of improvements. It's getting better, but it's still, the better the technology gets, the more expensive it gets. And there's just not that in between yet where it's really good technology at a really cheap price. We're just not there yet. Great VR does exist at this time, but it's expansive. All right. GameCat Photo Notice is half the price for the... Yeah, there is another version of the suit as well that's got 16 motors. I can't speak on that one. I have no idea. Obviously, the one with the 40 motors is going to be better, but I don't know. But all right, guys. So now this brings us to the PSN sale here. I'm pulling up from two different places. This is, I think, officially called the PlayStation Indie Sale. But keep in mind, there are some big ass games in this indie sale. This is not the indies you would come to think. But let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? I'm going to be using a little bit of both things here. I'm going to be using the PlayStation Store, but since the PlayStation Store sucks sometimes, most of the time, I'm also going to be using PS Profiles new feature, and we're going to be sticking with the new games on sale. Now, I'm just going to give you guys a fair warning here. I'm usually pretty conservative when it comes to these sales. However, that being said, you just saved a bunch of money this week, hopefully, from us by not buying Stride and not buying... well, I haven't played Clean Sheet yet, so you're waiting on that. You probably didn't buy Thief Simulator, which I don't recommend for $25. Although I probably will end up recommending that on deep sale, but not yet. So I have saved you $50 or more this week. So now it is time to spend that money, that hard-earned money, on some good games. I was looking at this list and I'm like, damn. I'm like, y'all are going to hate me this week because there's a lot of good shit on sale this week. So let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? First game is Legendary Tales. It is on sale for $43.99 or with PlayStation Plus for $41.24. Guys, I hate to do this on the first game alone, but it's 25% off. Ding, 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 ding. This is, of course, my golden buzzer. Using it right away. If you had to buy one game from this sale, it is absolutely Legendary Tales. I support this game at full price of $55. Now it's a little bit more reasonable for other people at like 41 or whatever. I mean, I think it's reasonable at 55, but I understand. If you're not wanting to pay the full price for that. then Legendary Tales now is 41.24 with PlayStation Plus. Guys, you have to buy Legendary Tales. Not only support awesome, huge, built from the ground up game, but ones that also offer really deep mechanics and depth and multiplayer and lots of things. So I'm going to go ahead and burn my golden buzzer on Legendary Tales. Absolute must have. But if you still don't have the $40 for it, then you're in luck, because I got other stuff you can burn some cash on. Next we've got wait, hold on. These are I'm going to be sticking with the new this thing used to notify and say new or not. Now it's not. Well, I've already talked about Pixel Rip, so I'm going to skip that. Walkabout Mini Golf is $10.49 just for the base game. Absolutely. Walkabout Mini Golf is amazing. Its biggest drawback is that, it's got the questy looking graphics. It's got the simple kind of graphics to it. It still looks really good. Some of it can still look really beautiful. It does look better on PSVR2 than it does Quest, but it's not like enhanced. But the gameplay is amazing. There's still some really great artwork, set designs, things like that. So despite the way I really think that if Walkabout Mini Golf was enhanced visually with updated textures, geometry, I think it's a reason to go out and buy a PSVR2 headset. Zombie Bar Simulator, I haven't played. Moss Book 2 was, I think, my golden buzzer last week. That's not new. We're sticking to new stuff. I don't want to repeat myself over and over. But speaking of new, we've got Tiger Blade for $17.49. It's 50% off, $17.49 or $12.49 with PlayStation Plus. Honestly, with the PlayStation Plus, I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. Now, just so you know, it is an arcade game, so it's not the longest game. You're not gonna get, several hours out of it. But if you like arcade games, which is literally why I jumped to VR in the first place in the very beginning, because I was like, oh, this is where light gun games are going. I really like Tiger Blade a lot. I think it's a really fun arcade shooter that also has some ninja action with the sword fighting. It's a combination of sword fighting and shooting. I think for $12, again, not going to get tons of mileage out of it, tons of hours out of it. And it's not, the highest quality game out there, but it is a very good arcade game. And I would recommend it at that price. Next we've got Thumper for $9.99 or $7.99. Definitely a big thumbs up for Thumper. It's an awesome rhythm game. One of my favorites. Honestly, it's criminal how much I haven't played this on PSVR2 yet. Maybe because I played a lot of it on PSVR1. But the game I think also has an upgrade path, so maybe you can get it for $5. But here's the thing: if you got some Pulse headphones, customize your settings for some bassiness. And I literally have a headphone setting called Thumper because it's for that, and I like it with Thumper or any big bassy soundtracks or whatever. Thumper can be played with either the motion controllers, not motion tracked, or with the DualSense as well, and it's got really good haptics. So big thumbs up to Thumper, and a classic, man, a classic VR title. Big yes to that. Most of you probably already have it. All right, this is one I really got to give some love here. This almost got my golden buzzer, guys. This is one of the best hidden gems. By the way, Moss, you should already have it. It should be in your library, and you should have the platinum by now. If not, what are you doing? Why did you buy a headset? No, but for realsies here, Masternoid, guys, Masternoid for $11.99. I'm gonna give this a thumbs up. I love Masternoid. Now at its core, it's kind of just like a 3D brick breaker style game. It's got a very simple retro concept. But guys, Masternoid is actually a lot of fun. Like I've had a lot of fun with this game, and it is a simple, arcade retro looking game. It is super sharp though. Like even though it looks simplistic, the clarity is really nice. It's got deep blacks, and it's got really high sharpness. Like it looks 4K in the headset. I like the style of it. Julia is also a huge fan of this game. Hold on, let me see if she has the platinum. Julia has the platinum in Masternoid, and it does have a platinum trophy. So, yeah, I definitely give a thumbs up to Masternoid. All right. So big thumbs up. That almost got my golden buzzer here. A surprise little smaller indie hidden gem on the platform, I think. Got to give some love to Masternoid. Unfortunately, can't give Toy Trains any love because I haven't played it. Hotel R&R is $15.74 or $14.61. So you can get it for $15 with PlayStation Plus. This one's tricky. This one's tricky because I love Hotel R&R. It's basically a Rockstar simulator where you smash up hotel rooms and then try to escape before the police come. It's also got a lot of really cool mini games with it. And Wolf and Wood did a very good job with this port. Is Hotel R&R worth $15? Yes, absolutely. I don't think you have to rush out and get it just yet, especially if it's not your type of game. It is one of those maybe acquired tastes or got to be in the right mood to play it. As much as I'd love to give Hotel R&R a thumbs up, I'm going to hold off for now, just for now. But if you got everything else and need something else, yeah, like go for it. I love this game, and I think it's really fun, especially as a former Rockstar myself. And trash some back rooms, some waiting rooms for some shows. Those were the days when I was young and full of energy and excitement. Anyways, let's keep it going. While I usually would say yes, I'm going to say maybe hold off for now. All right, not for broadcast VR. I haven't played. Tentacular is $12.49. Now, Tentacular is not really a bad game. Like, I was actually kind of impressed from a technical aspect, the haptics of it, because using two big tentacles. That being said, I didn't like it. It's not for me. I'm going to give it a no. It's a very personal taste no versus it's not that it's bad or anything, just not for me. It's a baby game. And I don't like baby games most of the time. We've also got Walkabout Mini Golf. You know what? I'm gonna have to pick this up. I'm gonna have to pick up Walkabout Mini Golf Ice Layer because I haven't played it yet. But I pretty much always recommend just about any Walkabout DLC that looks like something you would enjoy. I think I would enjoy this one. So I'm actually gonna make a note here to grab this. I'm recommending this to myself. Ice Layer because I need it. Forest Farm is $11.24, $9.74. I haven't played it. I don't know. I don't care. Again, unlike last gen, this gen, I kind of like, if I just really absolutely have zero interest, I'm going to skip it. Prison Boss VR is $9.99 or $7.99 with PlayStation Plus. Prison Boss is okay. It's not my type of game. So I'm going to say no for me and people that like the same games that I do. But if you like maybe comedic, a more simple, easy comedic kind of games, there's a little bit of fun there. I'm going to say no though, because I don't know. But I do like Prison Boss from what I played. I just kind of lost interest and got bored kind of fast, but it was fine. Again, one of those personal taste things where I was just not crazy about it. The Last Clockwinder is $14.99. The Last Clockwinder is actually really quality. I think it's pretty good for a stinky puzzle game. If you're listening, devs, I hate all puzzle games. It's nothing personal. But that being said, like, I actually thought it was a pretty rich game. It seemed like a good port to PSVR2. Good mechanics, good storytelling, like, just the kind of more comfort kind of game. Little easy puzzles. That being said, it's not even that long of a game, and I still haven't managed to finish it yet. So just really not my type of thing, but I liked it, and I thought it was pretty good quality. So, maybe. Not a bad price for it. Twilight Zone VR is $15.99 or $14.99. Oh, I covered this last week. I said no. Cave Digger, no. Ooh, Genotype is $21.99 or $19.24 with PlayStation Plus. This is another tricky one. I know Adam's in the chat. He beat the shit out of this game and loved it. I actually don't love this game. Like and which is bad because I love sci-fi and I love full games, and it feels like a full game. It's quality. It's a really good game. I think if you're on the fence, maybe I'm going to give it the thumbs up. But really my instincts are telling me hold off for now, which is probably going to upset some people and be surprising. Even though I love sci-fi, like I just really wasn't super vibing with it. I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think it's a good game. It gets a little repetitive. To me, it has a couple pacing issues. I would personally say hold off for a little bit, but if you just really, if you got this game, like you're getting a good deal. There's a lot of game here, and a good game at that. So you could do worse. But I think I'd be like, maybe. Genotype seems like a game that I'm gonna enjoy revisiting a while from now when I get through all the rest of my backlog. Like it's kind of like a backlog game. Maybe you want to add it to your backlog for now and then get back to it. It is a good price, but I've still got to go back and play Hellsweeper. I haven't even beaten Legendary Tales. So like if you have a huge backlog already, maybe hold off. But a good game nonetheless. And it's really good. Ancient Dungeon is $14.99. It is 25% off. Now, some people gave Ancient Dungeon a 10 out of 10. I like Ancient Dungeon, but I disagree with that. I think it's good. It's not bad for $15, but if you want a dungeon crawler or an RPG experience, that's not it. It's a roguelike. So it is a roguelike. It seems very high quality. The graphics really kind of don't do it for me, but they're not bad either. It's a really good game. If you're on the fence, maybe yes, and on a budget. I mean, yeah, like most people are probably, I think, gonna like this. It's just not grabbing me right now. Like if the roguelike that's got my heart right now is Hellsweeper. That is my roguelike. But again, Ancient Dungeon VR is really good. So I mean, if add it to your list, I'd give it the thumbs up. It is really good, and I really liked it. I want to play more of it. Again, it's hard if you have a backlog, but yeah, I'm gonna give it the thumbs up because it is pretty good, and I'm gonna give probably Genotype a thumbs up too as well. Both of these are really good games, but yeah, maybe not blow you away. To me, they're not blow your mind games or experiences. They're just good, solid games with a lot of content. So there you go. Chat seems to really like Ancient Dungeon as well. I'm really gonna I gotta get through Legendary Tales and Hellsweeper first before I get to Ancient Dungeon, most likely. Good haptics in the game too. Also probably gonna get bHaptics support at some point, which would be great. Again, Walkabout DLC I'm probably gonna get. Kill It With Fire, no. Alvo is on sale for $9.99. I'm sorry, but no. I liked this game for a long time, but I just love Pavlov too much. I love Crossfire Sierra Squad too much. And there's just, I don't have any desire to play Albo right now or anymore. I kind of got my fill with it. Not a bad game though, decent game, but just not, don't need it for anymore. Last Labyrinth, 2099. Hell no. 2 thumbs down. 2 thumbs down. Horrible game to play. Really bad gameplay. Yeah, a great aesthetic, great art style and everything, but awful game to play. Bad gameplay. I like their other game, the puzzle shooter one, a lot more. I forget what it's called. I think I've covered Crisis Brigade 2. If not, you know, man, it'd be tough to choose between Crisis Brigade 2 and Tiger Blade. I guess the thing that sets this one apart is the sword fighting. If you're not into sword fighting, Crisis Brigade 2, I think I would probably say is a little bit better of an arcade shooter. So yeah. But keep in mind, it is a cover simulator, a cover shooter simulator. That's the one thing I don't like about it. Tiger Blade feels more skill based. This feels more like just hold up a shield. Oh, a blind fire simulator is what I called it. But it does have some funny movie references and things, and it's pretty fun. So not bad, not bad. Barbaria, come to Barbaria is $14.99 or $12.99 with PlayStation Plus. If you like arena combat games, Barbaria was surprisingly really good, and I liked it. It didn't keep me engaged for as long as I wanted, and that's the kind of the problem with it. Like, I really, really liked it. I got a good solid 5 hours out of it, and I really enjoyed it. Also, secretly one of the funniest games I've played in VR, like, ever. I love the humor of it. It is a quality game. It does have lots of replay value. I like the mechanics to it. It's got the most amazing replay system ever. So it is really quality. Like, I want to give it a thumbs up, but let it be known that, like, I didn't stick with it. Some people got several hours out of it, like dozens of hours. I got like a good 5-6 hours out of it, and I was like, good. But I really enjoyed those 5 or 6 hours. So if you want it for, like, I don't know, it's tough to say who's gonna really like that game, but I think overall it's a good game. It should get some support and some love. Again, maybe it's one of those you skip this sale and grab it a later time at the very least. Among Us VR, Hat Pack, okay. VR Pigeons, no, it's trash on PSVR2. I've covered some of these. Ooh, Paper Beast is $14.99. Ooh. Okay, I kind of like Paper Beast on PSVR2 if you need something creative, kind of cool, mysterious, creative. It's not going to be for everybody, but I did like it. Drinks07 says no mention of Green Hell VR. I mentioned it last week, which is why I skipped it here. At that price, I actually give the thumbs up to Green Hell. Like, I think, yes, it is missing a lot of stuff from the PC version. If you've never played the PC version like I did, like, I never played the PC version, so I didn't really know what I was missing, and I liked it. Like, I got 15 or more hours out of it, out of the story alone, like 15-hour campaign. It's really deep survival mechanics though, so like, if you're not into really hardcore survival mechanics, then maybe not going to be for you, but I liked Green Hell, and with the updates it's made it better. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see if they do like the co-op update. The only thing that's going to hurt with the co-op update is that they got rid of the open world. So the open world would have really helped with the co-op update. Maybe that's why it's taking so long. Maybe they are adding that. that the co-op will be the open world stuff. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But just as a single player adventure, and I just love the survival mechanics, the realism of it. I liked the gameplay a lot. I liked the gameplay quite a bit, actually. So I mean, yeah, like I'd say go for it if you're interested in that kind of stuff. Down and out, no, it's trash. Probably one of the worst games ever made. Hubris VR is, I don't know if I covered this last week or not, but it's 50% off. It is $14.99. Now, the reason I would say hold off on Genotype is if you haven't played Hubris, then you need to get Hubris first. I loved Hubris quite a bit. It is, it's not like, it's like Genotype has its advantages over it. It's a longer game. It's more original storytelling, some more original mechanics to it, but still, Hubris is a high quality sci-fi 5-hour sci-fi adventure that is tons of fun. $15, yes, absolutely. I would give a recommendation for $15. If you haven't played it yet, awesome mechanics, great, just fun sci-fi adventure. Not really original, but really high quality graphics and really good game. I loved Hubris, man. I loved it. With its faults and all. No worries, Drinks07. Absolutely. If there's something that sticks out that you guys, if I go over something because I talked about it last week or whatever, then, feel free to bring it up. I'll talk about it again if you're interested. Visuals are top notch. Yeah, visuals in Hubris are really good. Great VR mechanics too. If you're an experienced gamer though, play it on the veteran difficulty. The veteran difficulty is basically like normal mode. It's too easy and boring on the other mode. So that's kind of a design flaw with it, is the veteran difficulty is like the normal mode. So you want to play it on that. Yes. All right, back to the sale here. What else we got here? Page 2. Tale of Onagoro. That's the one that I said I like a lot more than Last Labyrinth, which was terrible. This one was actually okay. Still too expensive for what it is, though. But like I'd recommend it around like $10, $15. It's not that it's bad quality or anything. It's just like for what it is, it's like Towers and Powers, I don't know. I need to play this. Vector Worlds, Vectrix Worlds, I don't know. I don't really care to play it. Another hat pack for Among Us. Get out of here with that. Oregon Quarter. Go play Madison. Go play Propagation Paradise Hotel. Some people really like Oregon Quarter, though. I liked it more than Very Bad Dreams, which was a broken, awful, janky mess. And I would much rather play this game where you stick your head into a butthole in a TV sticking out, and that's how you save your game. Some interesting design choices for sure. I'm personally, I say pass on Oregon Quarter. It's not polished enough for me. It's kind of goofy, but I see the appeal for some people. Job Simulator is ancient. You guys probably already have it. It's like the first thing everybody buys. Train Chase, I have no idea what this is, nor do I care. Journey to Foundation. Car Mechanic Simulator. I had this on PSVR 1 and I never really played it. I hardly touched it, so I don't really know. $10 is kind of low risk to take on this, but I don't really care about this one. Seeker My Shadow, I haven't played, although I've had it since launch. Super Death Show, I haven't played. What the Bat? Absolutely not. Stay far, far away from this game. I hate this game more than anything. Among Us, another hat pack. That's how they got you. They sell hat packs. Survivor Man VR The Descent, $15.99. I need to play it more, but so far, absolutely not. All right, so quick recap. Let's run through all my biggest sale recommendations here. Legendary Tales is my golden buzzer. If you had to buy one game from this sale, it would be this one. It's also going to be getting haptic vest suit support soon. But even if you're not interested in the haptic vest stuff, just buy it because this game freaking rocks. It's also got multiplayer. You can spend lots and lots and lots of hours in it. It's the best RPG on PSVR2, and it ain't even close. Walkabout Mini Golf, yes. Moss, yes. Tiger Blade, yes. Thumper, yes. Moss 1, yes. Masternoid, yes. It's getting expensive really fast. But I'll tell you what, though. This is a lot of $15 besides Legendary Tales, like $10 here, $15 here, $12 here, $7.99 here, $14.99 here. This is like, these are $10, $15 games, which is going to add up, of course, but you're getting the amount of content and quality you're getting here is pretty damn awesome. You're getting an absolute steal from this sale if you're grabbing all these. Masternoid, yes. Hotel R&R, hold off for now. Ice Layer, I'm going to grab. Genotype, sure, why not? But if you haven't played Hubris, you got to get Hubris first. Ancient Dungeon VR, sure, why not? Not really my thing. It's in my backlog. I need to play more of it, but it is really good and fun and has great haptics. So yes to Ancient Dungeon. Also, I think supposed to get multiplayer at some point. Green Hell VR, $17.99. Yeah, I think it's worth that. If you haven't played it before or know anything about it. Crisis Brigade 2, I'm going to give the thumbs up. Yes, man, this is really starting to... You're looking at over $100 in this sale, but you're also getting a freaking huge additions to your library. Barbaria, sure, why not? Super fun. Paper Beast, like I said, no rush for this one. You can skip it, but I do think you need to get it eventually. Hubris VR, absolutely yes. What else we got here? And that's it, guys. That is it. So, yeah, you spent a little bit on this sale, but you also filled out your library with tons of really good games. So good on you. But guys, this has been Interactive Chat Volume 68. Volume 69 hype. Let's go next week. Thank you so much, guys, for all your support as always. We'll of course be, I'm trying to get back to live streaming as soon as I can. I've been super busy. I literally left work and then hit play on this show. So I've just been really busy, but I love to figure out a way to get back into some live streaming again soon, play some awesome games. Thank you to these people who support me on patreon.com/PSVR Underground. Of course, you can get additional written reviews and sometimes gameplay clips, all sorts of things, additional content on there for now. And so thank you to everybody who supports me on there. Thank you to everybody who goes to vr-rock.com and buys lenses using the code AJPSVR. Although I will say that's not really about supporting me. That's way more about getting you guys a 10% discount. Believe me, I don't need the milk money, but it does help, sure. It's more the reason I did that was to get you guys a discount. Keep that in mind. And I love my VR Rock lenses. They're freaking amazing. Thank you to everybody who donated during the stream today. Kept that tip train going. Appreciate you guys. All the love and support. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, thank you to everyone, each and all 100 of you in here today, chilling, talking PSVR2 goodness. Ready for a showcase, man. It's supposed to be a showcase at the end of this month, and I do expect some PSVR2 to be there. So really excited to experience that with you guys. I'm going to try to take the day off when that comes. Hopefully they give us enough notice so that I can take the day off and probably stream it with Without Parole over there. Those guys. Looking forward to sharing more on the bHaptics support when I can. Play Gran Turismo, play Legendary Tales, play Resident Evil, play Saints and Sinners, play all these games I told you to get from the sale. It's good stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff to play in the meantime. But yeah, looking forward to all the things, man. PC support, which will be a nice little extension of the channel. Can't wait to tell you what I've played over on there for science. And PSVR 2 man, I hope they nail it with the PC support with PSVR2. I hope it has eye tracking, haptics, headset rumble, things like that with the OLED screen, because that's going to be sick. But yeah, guys, thank you so much once again, each and every one of you. Everybody listening on podcast services, you can go. There's a link on my community page to the podcast page. You can listen on Spotify. You might be listening to the stream right now on Spotify, playing Gran Turismo 7 or No Man's Sky, building your bases, or Cube, building something that's huge and amazing. Guys, did you see that? Did you see that shit that people are making in Cube? Holy crap, man. Let me see if I can bring this up again real quick. The shit that people are making in Cube is blowing me away. Somebody made something in particular. I retweeted it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. But check this out. Shout out to Cube VR. Awesome game. Another game in my backlog that I need to get to. Where is... Check this out. Somebody made something that I was like, whoa. Let's zoom in. Enhance. It says 2 months ago today, Cube VR was released on PSVR 2. Has it been 2 months already? Yeah, I know. These are 4 screenshots of builds that were shared by Cube by PSVR 2 players. Seeing amazing creations players build in the game never becomes boring. It certainly doesn't, man. There's some amazing stuff in here. Look at this. That looks beautiful. I can't wait to like actually be able to go and visit these things. That's what I'm waiting for, man. I know I'm lazy. Well, I just don't have the time to do all this shit myself. Really cool stuff. But check this out. Somebody made the freaking Mario Brothers 3. How did they do this? How in the world somebody created this on PSVR 2? Mind blown. Absolutely mind blowing. Somebody made, I think this is the second area in Super Mario Brothers 3. That is absolutely bonkers and amazing. Like, that is incredible, man. A tip of the beanie to you for making that. Holy fucking shit. I gotta cuss. I'm sorry. But that is amazing. I need to be able to go see this. So get that multiplayer update first and foremost, where we can go see people's creations. Get that sharing, that creative sharing update. We want to go see this in person. I need to go see this. That is insane. But all right, guys, thank you so much, man. I'll see you guys till next time. I love all of y'all. Y'all have a wonderful rest of the night. Let's get out of here with some metal and some Astro. Oh, I hope to see an Astro again on PSVR one day. Soon, maybe. Please, God, let there be Astro on PSVR 2 again. I'll take a remaster. I don't care. I'll take a remaster, but I really want a sequel. Or a hybrid game. et.2k9.now. Heart and cat to you as well, my friend. Steve_IRE says, I can hear that, Matt. Me too, bro. Me too. Guy son, fist bump to you. Salvador in the house tonight, my homie. What up, dude? Fall wheeling. See ya, homie. Scott, the PSVR Game Cat for Life, says Astro Rock. Yes. Markio, the Sleepless Night Underground Game Cat. Good to see you, homie. I need to definitely get with you with some Hell Sleeper when I get the time. I promise you I will when I have the time. But I definitely want to. Awesome Tatum. Thank you so much, man. I need to play some Crossfire with. God, we've got such a backlog, man. Asian Panda 510. Thank you so much, man. Jin 007, a license to chill. Not Jin 007, Alice Inzi Tachel. Game Cat Photo Nutter, Mark Smith, thank you so much, man. Mark Poppin, Pringles Leaf, we got both Marks in the house tonight. Hi, Marks. Looper the Underground, Game Cat, my dude, what is up, homie? Sending virtual hugs your way. Atom, up and Atom. Says Hubris is great. I struggled on the easiest. Well, good. Because it's better when it's challenging. Shower Songs Gaming. Yeah, time to get Hubris. Absolutely time to get Hubris. Awesome for $15. Stingray X, good to see you, homie. Drinks 07. Thanks for bringing up Green Hell. Glad to revisit that. Talk about it a little bit more. Blue Jew, Blue Jew Underground Cat. Elite Name Squad in the house. Thank you so much. DJ Dirty Yella. He's a dirty fella. Smoke them all up. GC13, all of you. Okay, guys, time to get out of here. Love you all. You have a wonderful night. I'll see you again.